Good morning, friends. I finished my first cup of coffee. This morning I think I'm human enough to do a garden tour. We had a good rain last night, had some thunderstorms, so I'm going to show you what the garden is looking like. I have one tomato that I can see that's going to need staked up, but I'm going to do it after the video and we'll see how everything's looking. I think I'm going to try and start with the green stalk. I'm sharing the garden with the cicada killer today, so I'm going to give him a little bit of space. It was out here with me yesterday. Oh, don't go after the bumblebee. Yay, he didn't go after the bee. Okay. It was out here with me yesterday while I was working and didn't bother me at all. I had to look up what it was. I took some pictures, and it is a cicada killer. And they are not aggressive, and apparently their sting is actually less painful than a bee, but they're not typically aggressive to humans, and they don't have like a hive protection instinct kind of thing because they burrow underground and they're solitary dwellers. But it has been perched. It's on a leaf now, but it was perched on my seed starter cells, like kind of like a deer stand yesterday, and it was hunting, and it was pretty interesting to watch. It went after some birds, and it went after a bee and some other flying insects. It didn't catch anything that I saw, but I don't want it to hurt the bees, but they are beneficial insects, so I'm gonna give it some space and see if we can't work together here. Gave me a flyby a couple times just to see what I was up to, but it didn't come close or bother me at all, so we're gonna let it do its thing and we're gonna do our thing. I'm sitting in the chair here, and it is right there. You can see it flying around. And he was perching there on my starter cells that I have sitting out here. And it's just been cruising around hunting. We'd have to see if my kids were out here because they would be terrified and I wouldn't want them to get hurt, but it's just me right now, so it'll be fine. I suspect that if there was a lot of commotion going on, it would just leave because they're not aggressive. So we will see. It's over there. And here's my green stalk. And things in here are doing pretty well. I harvested some of the herbs this week and dried them out. Little oreganos still doing okay. Beets in the next tier are doing well. Our chili peppers are starting to turn red. And lettuces of various sorts, red romaine, Swiss chard, some mushrooms, and our ruby red lettuce. And down here, that's sorrel, some spinach. I have to get in here and get some of this out. That's the tatsoi. And marble of 4 seasons. Down at the bottom, we got some little kales. Yeah, just kind of checking me out a little bit. He's perched there. I'm like maybe 2 feet away from it. That's another chili. and a golden bell. I think the garden will be happier this week. Let's see where my little indicator thingy is. There it is. I put this one there just so I know where I have it turned each day. The garden should be happier this week because it's not going to be so hot. Our highs are in the 80s. This is a golden bell, and it's got a little pepper coming on. A mammoth jalapeno. It's got one on there and some flowers. This is the beefsteak tomato that's flopped over from the storm, so I'm gonna get it staked up today. I took out this jalapeno that was here and I bought a 6-pack of starts to replace them. I noticed with my tomatoes and the peppers, I had the mulch too close to the stems and they were turning brown and woody and getting kind of soggy here. So we've moved all the mulch away from them so that it's not touching the stems. I had 2 tomatoes go squishy, so I cut them out. Yep, this tomato will get staked up too. And I will trim off those damaged looking leaves today too. But I cut 2 tomatoes out, cut off the soggy part of the stem at the bottom because they still looked pretty healthy, but the stem was squishy. And I put them in water overnight, and then I put them in some soil yesterday to try and reroot those. So we'll see how they do. The poblano, the pimento pepper, the Tabasco, super sweet, 100, ancho, sport, Cherokee purple. The tomatoes have really perked back up this week too. Banana, chocolate bell. That is a Kellogg's breakfast. I have noticed some aphids on the tomatoes too, so I've been coming out and squishing those. Cherokee purple here. A red bell. It's got a good size little fruit coming on. A banana pepper and a red Thai chili. Sunflowers booming. I'm gonna have to redo my ant traps. That is a banana. This is one that got taken out. I didn't reroot that one, so it's just kind of a space saver right now. The ants are farming the aphids, and they don't seem super interested in the traps right now, so I'm gonna have to redo those. Those are either leeks or green onions popped up right in there. And we did a good weeding. You can see maybe little bitty carrots coming up here at the edge. That is a Kellogg's breakfast. A habanero red, another red habanero, and a Salvatera Select. I took out this tomato, super sweet. It wasn't doing well, and it's a space saver right now. A red habanero, another red, and some eggplant. I haven't been noticing any more flea beetles, but something has been eating them. That is a red bell. And the other eggplant. Let's see if I can show you that. It's an ant. And they farm aphids and bring them up into your plants. And the aphids make a substance called honeydew that the ants want. And that's why they harvest, or they kind of farm the ants. A little more carrots in here. So weed. So this is either green onions or leeks coming up here. Two little baby ones. Oh, little cricket, get off me. And see, that was kind of close to the stem. Give it a little bit of room there. Don't stick in so well upside down. Okay, the red bell, purple coneflower, space saver, Dr. Witchies, blueberry cherry. They're doing pretty good. Got more carrots in here. More carrots here. Dr. Witchies. Some borage. Got borage on the other side too. I don't know if I showed you guys that one. This is a black seaman. Paul Robeson. Carrots all in here. Brad's atomic grape. It is looking kind of crazy. It's like curled up. Paul Robeson and another blueberry cherry. My mother-in-law and I got in here and weeded this week, and it's not been quite so hot, so I think that is helping. This is sweet mint, and I did a big harvest on this, and it's already coming right back this week. Marigolds coming up. This is rosemary. And a Mexican tarragon. I wasn't sure if this is one you're supposed to allow to go to flower or not, but I decided to, so we shall see. That is a yellow bell. Go around the tricycle. That is an English thyme that I thought was lemon thyme. I had picked it up and smelled it at the store, and I turned around and was talking to my family about it, and I turned around and just picked it up, but I picked up the wrong one. So that's actually another English thyme, and I went back and got a lemon thyme. Is some purple opal basil, and this is a teddy bear sunflower. I had two here, so the one I planted on the other side wasn't doing so well, so I kind of transplanted one, and they got a little bit beat up in the process, so we'll see if they come back or not. Okay. So these are all pole beans. And they're starting to perk back up after the heat has passed too. Getting big. These are radishes. And the potatoes. Potatoes are really taking off too. They are getting big. These are yellow straight neck squash. Some dill. And more pole beans. This one is just like, it's almost as tall as I am, which is 5'4", not much, but hey, it's doing good. And more radishes. Okay, I'm gonna go around. We put turnips in between the trellises, or not turnips, parsnips between the trellises, but they didn't come up. They kind of like cooler weather, so we just pulled out all the weeds from that section. This is a watermelon. It is a sugar baby watermelon, and it's doing really well. Then we have a Kajari melon and a cantaloupe. Looks like we had another seed finally come up. I'm gonna take that one out though. They're already kind of crowded as it is. And these are beets in here. Little carrot patch. Some weeds. And these are the zucchini. I'm gonna come through today and kind of zip tie them so that they stand up like this to start going straight up, because I don't want them to start bending and get hardened in their stems, because they're harder to hold up that way. On this side we got another Kajari melon, a cantaloupe, and a watermelon. And we have turnips here. This is our Brussels. They seem to be doing okay. This is our winter squash. We have a Lakota, Blue Hubbard, and butternut squash in here. And more turnips. Got, it's like little tiny dill coming back up. Some yellow habaneros. Ooh. Looks like we got one coming on. This is also winter squash, Lakota, Blue Hubbard, and butternut. I'm not sure which order I put them in. And beets on this side. And this is cucumbers. Got some Parisian gherkins, I think an Armenian, and some pickling cucumbers. These are radishes. On the other side of the trellis, we have the same thing, cucumbers and radishes. Here are the cucamelons. And they really seem to like to want to sprawl. Keep having to redirect them over here. Got a red bell. there, and a space saver here. That cayenne bit the dust because of this mulch. Okay, this is a sport pepper. This kind of goes to show. It's squishy right here. So I uncovered it. I don't know if it will make a comeback or not. Let's see. Skipped over the little zinnia here. This is a zinnia coming up on this side. This is a teddy bear sunflower. This is the lemon thyme that I went back to get. It smells so good. Let's see. Got almost a ½ inch of rain. The Thai basils. That is either cinnamon or licorice basil. I think it might be cinnamon based on the smell. It's hard to really tell right now. Of course, it did just rain a whole bunch. It's a golden bell and some English thyme. So I've got some open spaces that we can do some things with. I got some starts going, and I gotta put those other jalapenos that I bought in. This is lemon balm and some marigolds. Of course, that doesn't look like a marigold, so it might be a weed. We'll see. Some lemongrass, peppermint in the middle, and spearmint on the bottom. We're gonna have to do something about these weeds around here. And then these are the starts I got going. Shoe fly. Looks like some marigold. Those are the peppers in the corner, the jalapenos. Those are the 2 tomatoes I took out and planted. I saved some seeds from the cherub tomatoes you can get at the grocery store because my husband loves those. So I'm trying to start a couple of those. Got basil, slow bolt cilantro, tried to start some flowers and some more sugar rush peach peppers because that one didn't make it. Some various peppers in here and tomatoes. Some seed starts. Tried to do some more herbs and some flowers. Could be too late to do those, but I'm gonna try. Went to my grandpa's yesterday and took some cuttings from the peach tree and the mulberry tree to try and start those. And then last Sunday I got all of these planters at an estate sale for 20 bucks. I was like, heck yeah. Except for the square ones. I bought those at the Dollar General, but the rest of them came from the estate sale, and I got them filled up yesterday. I'll be planting them out today. Picked these up free yesterday on the way to my grandpa's. They were just sitting by the road. This one I think is cute, but I can't drill a hole in the bottom of it, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. And I think that is about it for right now. Back in the and he's not bothered by me right now. So, thank you for coming along on my garden tour and seeing what we have growing right now. And I hope to see you soon. Like and give us a subscribe. If you got comments or questions, put them below. And I think I'm going to do a seed planting video on these planters today, if I can manage to do it while planting. So thank you guys. See you soon. Bye.